So with the launch of the War Within, tier sets have never been easier to obtain. You can get tier sets from just running the raid and getting them as a normal drop, or getting a bonus loot roll of a tier token that can also be sent to your other warband characters. You can also get tier sets by using any piece of gear from that season at the Catalyst, and then you can also get tier sets from your Great Vault at the start of every new week, which also allows you to run raids and have another chance at the tier set from the vault. You can run Mythic Plus and have a chance to get tier sets from the vault, or you can even just go do delves and have a chance to get tier sets from the vault at the end of the week as well. And while everything we just went over makes tier sets much more easy to obtain, because alts are so much easier to play in the War Within, it can still be pretty hard to get your different tier sets for all of the different alts you're trying to play. So in this video, I want to go over the easiest and fastest way to get your full tier sets on all of your alts completely solo, and this method is going to allow you to get both the LFR and normal color variations of your tier sets. And a small disclaimer before we get into the rest of the video, this farm is primarily focused on getting the cosmetic appearances for your tier sets, because the gear you're going to be getting isn't super high item level, but it is actually also good if you're someone that wants to start to jump into PvP. But keep in mind, if you're a PvE focused player, this is primarily just going to be to get the appearances on all of your characters very easily. And this is going to be done by farming up bloody tokens, which is a PvP specific currency. Now, I know a lot of people might have just heard of PvP and they instantly want to click off the video, but you don't actually have to partake in any PvP at all to do this. In fact, you can do this with a very low chance of ever having to PvP any other character. Now, bloody tokens are the open world PvP currency, and PvP currencies in Season 1 have recently been uncapped, which includes these bloody tokens. So that means you can go earn an infinite amount of bloody tokens if you want to, but this farm is very fast to get all the pieces you're wanting, so you really don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of time on doing this. Now, the main ways you're going to be getting bloody tokens, especially if you don't want to PvP, is the one weekly quest you can do on every character that gives you 1,000 bloody tokens, and doing any world quest with PvP turned on. So you're going to have to go to the city, turn on war mode, and then just go do any of the world quests. Every single world quest you complete, whether it's a PvP world quest or not, will give you 100 bloody tokens. Now, once you have these bloody tokens, you're going to go to Dornegal, to the bloody token PvP vendor, and that's where you're going to buy the gear you're going to be using. And this is going to be veteran track gear. It's all at 4 out of 8 veteran, and you're going to buy that gear and take it to the Catalyst and catalyze it into a tier piece. Now, like mentioned, this is only veteran track gear, but if you're someone that wants to jump into PvP gear, this gear is only slightly worse than conquest gear. So if you're somebody that, say, wants to jump into just like normal battlegrounds, or even if you want to start to get into rated PvP, this gear is going to be very good until you start to build up conquest to get the conquest gear, because it is very close to the conquest gear item level. So it's very good if you want to jump into PvP, and you're just going to very easily get all of your tier set appearances. And all of this gear starting at 4 out of 8 on the veteran track is actually very important, because once you go catalyze one of these pieces of gear, it'll give you the LFR appearance. But if you take that gear, take it to the gear upgrader, you upgrade that gear one time up to 5 out of 8 veteran, and that will then also unlock the normal appearance. And that one upgrade doesn't take very much. It's not going to take a ton of Valor Stones, and it's only going to take the lower tier crest, which you can just go and get very easily from doing outdoor world content. So doing this farm, getting that gear, catalyzing it, and upgrading it will give you the LFR and normal color variations incredibly quickly, because this gear you're going to be buying isn't super expensive when it comes to bloody tokens. Because as I mentioned, there is a weekly world quest you can pick up in Dornegal, which will give you 1,000 bloody tokens. All this wants you to do is do anything in the specific zone it's in. So every week it'll be in a different zone, and all you're going to do is go to that zone and do anything. You can kill rares, you can do world quests, you can even go and dig up all the dirt, and it will give you the items for this quest. Once you have all 100 items for the quest, you go turn them in, and that quest is done, and you have your 1,000 bloody tokens. And not only that, but I would definitely recommend doing all of the world quests while you're doing this weekly quest, because every world quest will also give another 100 bloody tokens. And just to give you an idea of how fast this can be, none of the pieces of gear you're getting with these bloody tokens costs 1,000. Your helm, chest, and legs all cost 875. Your belt, gloves, boots, and shoulders all cost 700, and your bracers and cloak cost 525. So that's all 9 pieces you could go use at the Catalyst, turn into tier pieces, and have your full tier set appearances, and it's going to cost you 6,475 bloody tokens. Now keep in mind, if you just did the weekly quest and went and did all of the world quests in every single zone, you would have a large chunk of your full tier set. But if you want to do this on a bunch of your alts and do it even more efficiently, I would recommend just picking up your weekly quest on that character, going to that zone, doing every world quest in that zone, maybe skipping the PvP world quest if you don't want to PvP, and then just go kill some rares or dig up some dirt to finish that weekly quest, go back, turn it in, and that will usually give you around 2, maybe 3 pieces of gear, and you can just be done with that character for the week. That's going to be the most time efficient way to do this farm, especially if you're trying to do this on a bunch of characters. Just do that. That'll take easily under an hour to do. You could probably do it in under 30 minutes, and then you have a couple pieces of your tier set. Then just go do that every week on all of the characters you're looking to get the tier set appearances on, and that's absolutely going to be the most time efficient way to do this. In fact, this will probably be the most time efficient way to do it ever, because even when we're 3 expansions down the road and the War Within is in legacy loot mode and you could just go easily solo the old raids, this will still probably be faster than waiting till then. And that's legitimately all you have to do. Make sure to turn a war mode on, pick up your weekly quest for your bloody tokens, go to the zone with the weekly quest, complete all of your world quests there, then either kill rares or dig up some dirt to complete the rest of that weekly quest. Go turn it in, get yourself a few pieces of this, go to the Catalyst, catalyze them, go to the upgrader, upgrade them 1 time to get both the LFR and normal appearances. And then if you want to keep going, just go back out and do every single world quest in every zone. And that's legitimately all you're going to need to do. You can do this completely solo. You can do this with basically doing no PvP, and this will be absolutely the fastest way to obtain all of your tier set appearances on all of your characters. But that's all I want to go over, so thanks for watching.